My name is Frederick O, chef instructor for Seneca College, School of Tourism. Today we're going to debone a chicken. Right here is a whole chicken. We're using a deboning knife and we're going to quarter it or set it out in its quarters. We begin by removing the wings. Start off by lifting it up, striking it from the back and slicing it. And as soon as it's dislodged from the ball and socket joint, we're going to tilt the knife a little off, away from the breast to remove the wing. One section. Same with the back or the other wing. Lift it up, look for the side, slice it from the back. You will hit or encounter the ball and socket joint. As soon as you've reached that, you want to tilt your knife away from the breast, which is on the opposite side. Second wing. Okay. Right after that is done, we're going to remove the legs, stretch it out, and you'll find the membrane, the skin membrane, dividing the two, the breast and the leg. Slice it right through, and you will find a section of the meat called the oyster right over here. Right behind the meat, the oyster section, is the joint, another ball and socket where the leg will rotate around this joint. Put your finger right on the joint and you snap it. When you snap it, you will release the bone, and this will give you a clear indication as to the designation of this bone, and you would like to dislodge this thigh meat from the body. Run your knife right along the backbone, not forgetting this oyster section. Cut away the ligaments that's joining it. Hold your carcass down with the base of the knife and you can rip it up. We will trim this section a little later on. Same effect for the other leg. Split the leg or separate, push it aside. Find the membrane that separates the two of them. Run your knife right along the skin. Locate the joint where the ball and socket is. Figure out where the oyster is. Put your thumb or your finger right on the socket and dislodge it. It'll pop out. Run your knife right into the backbone. Dislodge or remove the oyster section of it. Cut through the ligament or the cartilage. And as soon as that's dislodged, just rip it out. Two sections of the leg, the drum and the thigh. Now we go into the breast section. Let me put this aside for now. Now, the breast section has a keel bone that stands up vertically, and it's flanked by the rib cage. For those beginners, you would like to figure out where the keel bone is. You can make a superficial cut on the skin, and this will tell you or reveal where the keel bone is. For more experienced cooks, they know exactly where it is. You can actually feel it. It stands up. You can cut it right directly through towards the ribs. So let's say if you're a beginner and you want to know where the keel bone is, do a superficial cut on the skin, and this will reveal exactly where the keel bone is. You pick your side, left or right. Run your knife right through the keel bone, leaving the tip right on the rib cage, which is right over here. Okay? And that would separate the left breast from the right breast. On the top part of it, you'll find the bone, a fork bone, which is like the collarbone, and you can separate or remove it by just cutting it through, giving it a snap. There's a bit of meat right below the collarbone, and every chef wants to extract as much meat as possible from there. Run your knife right at the side of the collarbone. And this will dislodge the collarbone from the breast meat. Now, at this stage, run your knife, the tip of the knife, along the bones, flushing it right onto the rib cage. Then you'll have a clean fillet at the end of the day. There's a little ligament or cartilage that's stuck that adjoins the breast meat into the carcass. It's designated by a white membrane over here. You need to slice it off. Using your other hand to peel away the meat from the carcass, use the blade, the tip of the knife, which is this section, to dislodge the rest of the meat, flushing it right on the carcass. So the keel bone is here, right over here, and the rib cage follows. To extract the most meats out of this carcass, you want to run the knife on the backbone, towards the backbone, and you will slice it just above the shoulder blade. That's the whole section. I will trim it a little later. Now the mirror image for the other side. Secure the carcass vertically like this. Run your knife along the keel bone right into the rib cage. Flip it over. Try to locate the collarbone. And run your blade on the carcass, along the carcass. Treat it like a ruler, as if you're trying to draw a straight line using a pen on a piece of paper. Now, the collarbone is over here. You can feel it with the tips of your finger. It's a little bit hard. Flush the back of your blade against the bone. Using your other hand, pull the flesh away from the blade. Have a sawing motion like this, you will be able to dislodge the other section of the wishbone. Similar to the other side, follow the carcass, dislodge this ligament, grab the whole section of the breast, run your knife flat against the back, lean it against the shoulder blade, and you will have extracted the second breast. The carcass here is reserved for stock, so we're going to put it aside now.